Hi everyone, and today we're going to do a 10 mini theory episode that'll be about 10 little Breath of the Wild facts and mysteries that won't be ending up in a video. But if you actually really want one to turn up in a video, leave it in the comments below and I'd gladly work on it. So, let's start at number 1. Sheikah knowledge is more than we think. We can consider this a huge mini-theory, which doesn't really make it a mini-theory, does it? But ever noticed how Viruta and that weird camel that shoots lightning out of, wherever it shoots lightning out of, are camels and elephants? But ever notice how there are no camels or elephants in Breath of the Wild? Did they go extinct? Or do the Sheikah know more about Hyrule and its history than we know? Next up for number 2 is monster evolution. Are the monsters in every Zelda game being evolved from other monsters in Zelda games? A little theory that's been thought around a lot, but it might not end up being true since there are so many variations of a monster that could easily not evolve and be the same kind of monster. Next, we have number 3 for Hyrule isn't one kingdom. Ever thought how in that memory of Daruk, he says that he doesn't know much about Calamity Ganon, but their kingdom has been through so many hardships about Calamity Ganon? And what about Gordy Town, who has no real influence to the rest of, Hyrule? Ever thought of that's kind of weird? Well, I do. Next, we have something not as big, and it's not known very much as well either, but it's Viruta is not an elephant. It's that Viruta is actually some kind of adaptation of a rhino, but maybe the Sheikah heard ancient stories about an elephant and binded the two. Kind of weird, but it's one thing that you could think about. Another thing that we could put out is that, the sages are dead. They're not alive in this game. They've died and probably been forgotten. A lot of people don't like to think about that, but it's true. Maybe those sages from Ocarina of Time, A Link Between Worlds, all of them just passed on. Next, for number 7, is Pura is a child. While this is pretty weird, if you think about it, she did become a child, testing her Sheikah power that she made herself. But what if, even when she was an old lady, she was still very like a child because of many childish things around her lab? Next, we have something a little odd, but there's many odd things in this video. It's that Link is extremely weak. Ever think how the Shrine of Resurrection is made to heal the hero? Well, what if it didn't heal him? In Breath of the Wild, he starts out with 3 hearts, like in every other Zelda game, but also with limited stamina. What if the Shrine of Resurrection only stopped him from dying and didn't actually heal him? Next is the Quarry, next to Castle Town. Have you ever wondered about quarries in Breath of the Wild? Yeah, you haven't, because there's no quarries in Breath of the Wild, except for this odd one. Not counting Death Mountain, which is a whole other place, why is there an entire quarry next to Castle Town in Breath of the Wild that we have never seen in any other game? References or things like it might be present, but they're probably not true, and they're not exact quarries. While the next one is, yes, another big step, it's something kind of to think about, but it's not huge either, so you might just want to pass it up if you don't want to. You've probably heard this a lot, but the Yiga clan lost their minds. What if when the Yiga clan left the Sheikah, they lost all of their original knowledge and ended up becoming some kind of banana-crazed thieves that would do anything to stop the hero, even in their weak state, put their lives on the line against maybe a sledgehammer? Oh yeah, bright idea. So why are they always doing this? Maybe they've lost their minds. Next is that Hyrule is doomed. For the last one here, thinking about Hyrule is a headache because you think of how many hardships and attacks they've gotten from Ganon, Botw, and many others. But here's the problem. If this goes on for too long, maybe Hyrule will just become Lorule. Maybe it'll become a place that will never be healed by the goddess's power. Or should the goddesses go to Hyrule face to face with Link and stop this forever? Well, I hope you liked all these mini theories, and if you want a lot of them or just one to end up in a real video, let me know in the comments below. A lot of these mini theories aren't huge, but there's something to think about.